Yo, it's your boy MFJDS back again with another vid. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today, guys. Oh my God, my Ingolito. We're reacting to the fear of being average. Well, being average is not bad, but I feel like because everybody is average, bro, you just want to step out. You know what I mean? Is it bad to want to be in the spotlight? I don't know. Because when I play sports, bro, I'm trying to stand out, bro. I'm not trying to be average, so. Let's play the video. It's 21 minutes. That's 11 minutes. So that's not too bad. But yeah, it's good, brother.
Good.
Our entire lives, we've been taught that we needed to be exceptional, that average was something we needed to escape, that if we didn't do something remarkable with our lives, we failed. But no one ever stopped to define what average actually meant. A stable job, a partner, a house, 2 kids, because if that's average, why were we ever taught to fear it? The truth is, none of those things were ever the problem. Everything you've been told about being average has been a lie. Average was never about the life you live. It was always about something much deeper than that.
Oh, shoot me, bro.
So, what have you learned from all your travels? What do you take away from it?
Be open to experience. Be willing to try new things. Don't be afraid to wander. Don't be afraid to eat a bad meal. If you don't risk the bad meal, you'll never get the magical one.
Anthony Bourdain knew what an average life really was, and why we're so afraid of it. Before becoming a famous author and TV show personality, Bourdain spent 2 decades working in professional kitchens. He graduated in 1978 from the Culinary Institute of America, and in his early career, Bourdain worked as a line cook and sous chef at restaurants across New York. And all the while, he carried a different dream: to be a writer. He wrote his first book, Bone and Throat, which received lackluster reviews, and his second book, Gone Bamboo, also shared the same fate. Both books sold poorly, and his writing career became stagnant. You see, Bourdain was 42. He was beginning to accept that the dream he once had wasn't for him, so he turned his focus back to cooking. He worked his way up to executive chef at Brasserie Les Halles, a
Where's the lamb sauce?
respected French restaurant in Manhattan. From an outside perspective, Bourdain made it. He had a great job, stability, and all the money he needed to live a comfortable life. A life many people would be grateful for. So why not just stop there? Why not lean into the life he fought so hard to build? And that's exactly what most people do. As time passes, they get set in their ways. They convince themselves that the life they built is enough. They find a job that pays the bills. It's not perfect, but it's fine. A partner they love deeply, someone to come home to. They move into a place that feels just big enough, buy furniture they'll keep for years, and fall into routines that make life easier.
Yo, Loki though, bro. I don't see what's the problem, bro. My dream is to become a successful YouTuber, bro. Have 2 kids, have a wife, have a car, have a have a have a wife, have a car, have 2 kids. Yeah, have a house, bro. My job pays me comfortable, comfortably. I don't know, comfortably, and I don't have to worry about the bills, bro. I don't need to worry about when I'm buying something. That's the goal, bro. Cause that's when you have it, bro. That's when you know you have it, bro. So yeah, bro. I don't feel like being being average is not that bad. It's not that bad, bro. Honestly. So yeah. I eat chapter 1. The life.
Nothing is wrong. And that's the danger. This is where most people misunderstand what an average life actually is. Because you can wake up every morning, go to work, come home, build a family, live quietly, and still live a deeply fulfilled life.
I'm saying,
Millions
bro.
of people dream of exactly that, but it feels like
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. So many people, bro, want, need, are fucking dying. Sorry for the language, but are dying because they can't even afford to find somewhere to sleep, bro. So having an average life is not that bad, bro. It's a fucking dream, bro. It's a dream, bro. So, but still, though, still, people want to be special, bro. People want to be seen, bro. You know, you're being like, bro, why would, I don't want to be seen, but humans are social creatures, bro. We want to communicate, we want to rise above, we want to conquer. So, understand, bro, understand. Or understand the both sides of the story.
this generation is convinced that stability isn't enough. Social media brainwashed us into believing that we should chase unrealistic perceptions of money and materialism, and that if we didn't have this checklist of things done before a certain age, you're falling behind. But an extraordinary life isn't defined by starting a $100 million business or becoming an athlete or a celebrity.
LeBron James, my goat. No, Cristiano Ronaldo is. Cristiano Ronaldo is my goat. My bad, Christy. See?
Because average was never about structure. It was never about a 9 to 5 or a house or a routine. It was always about your mentality. A stable life isn't the problem. The problem is never challenging yourself within it. Because somewhere along the way, comfort quietly replaces courage. You stop trying new things. Stop doing things you're bad at. You only ever choose the options you know will work out. And over time, you begin to resent the very life you once prayed for. And slowly, days start to feel the same. They turn into weeks, and weeks into years. And one day you wake up and realize something terrifying. You never took a single real risk. Never once stepped outside the routine. Never once asked more of yourself. That's what being average actually is.
Really? Is it, bro? I can still be I can still take risk and be average. You know what I'm saying? Like it does. I guess it depends on what type of risk you take. But still, though, you take risk every day, bro. You take risk to take the bus. You take risk to walk. You take risk to like do almost everything, bro. Because you cannot predict the future, bro. You don't know what's going to happen the next minute. You know what I'm saying? Like you can walk out, like say for instance, bro. Hypothetically speaking. Then it's nothing right there. Well, anyways, you would decide to say, you know what, today I'm going for a walk. On the way, while you're walking, someone pulls you over and decide to rob you, bro. Or a drunk driver crash into you and hit you and you die. So everything you do, you take risk, bro. So I don't know what this guy's saying, but yes, he's onto something. So let me keep on listening. The reason.
Anthony Bourdain knew this. He knew that coasting through life doesn't end in failure. It ends in something far more dangerous. A
Misery.
life where you're satisfied, but not fulfilled.
Mm.
And Bourdain knew that if he stayed there long enough, he wouldn't just lose the dream. He'd lose the courage to ever try again.
Yeah, that's a dope.
The only way forward was to take the risk. But before he could do that, he had to confront the one thing that stops people from ever doing so.
The fear.
Your ego.
Ooh.
Ego follows you everywhere. It shapes your decisions, quietly disguising itself as excuses like, I'm being realistic. And humans are inherently egotistical. We want things to go our way. We want to avoid looking foolish or unprepared, and that's why most people never try anything new. They don't pick up the hobby, never speak up at work, or talk to the stranger across the street, because a rejection or failure feels humiliating. It's easier to protect the image you have of yourself than to risk watching it break. I didn't have time, something came up, or maybe later. Those excuses feel safer than saying, I tried and I wasn't good enough. So most people choose the first. They protect their identity.
Ain't gonna lie, bro. My 3 years of playing soccer, bro, I realized. Low key, though, let me not say this line, though, because, I still have a little bit of career left in me, bro. I might become. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Bro, I remember, I took the risk, bro. Oh, this is a story time, but I don't want to, bro, huh? This video is not so long, I can tell you, bro. So basically, blah blah blah. I was the substitute, bro. I was the second worst player on my soccer team, bro. And I was like, nah, brother. I can't finish my career like this, bro. I can't be like, I don't want to be called trash, bro. You know, it pains me to see my guys out there playing while I'm looking at the bench, seeing the guys shining while I'm dying. Ooh, I might need to write that down. So, bro, I was like, I can't let it slide, bro. So the summer, like the summer after the season ended, bro. I was like, every day I have to go on the field and do something. I don't care what. If I mess up or do some shit, I don't know what I'm doing. I have to put in the work, bro. And I put in the work, bro. Guess what? Next season for soccer, bro, I made it started, bro. I made the starter, bro. So I'm saying, bro, he's right about taking the risk, by the way. So, you know, in life, bro, you gotta take the risk, bro. So I'm saying though, you have to take the risk to play the video. I didn't make the soccer team though, and became captain. But yeah, we'll talk about that later.
In the present, even when it costs them their future. And the tragedy is that ego doesn't stop you from failing. It stops you from ever finding out who you could have been. And this is where Bourdain did something most people never do. You see, he had already failed twice. He had every reason to stop trying. He could have came up with a million excuses, but he realized he had grown to become the very type of person he once resented. So he picked up the pen again. He wrote an essay called "Don't Eat Before Reading This." Although it was only ever meant to be for the line cooks that he worked with, he did attempt to publish his work. His mom was the one who helped him submit it to the New Yorker, one of the biggest magazine companies at the time, a place you don't submit to unless you're certain you belong. Bourdain wasn't certain, but certainty was the one thing he had already decided to reject. So, he sent it, and after just a few days, he got a call.
Every night for
In classic storytelling, there's a moment in every protagonist's journey where they must overcome something called the ego death, often temporary loss of one's sense of self or personal identity. This is usually in the form of some sort of humiliation, sacrifice, or failure. Regardless, they must overcome this ego death to reach resolution. And we are the protagonists of our own lives. To reach fulfillment, we have to go through this. You have to lose your ego, the version of yourself that needs certainty, that needs to look competent. That's the price of a meaningful life, a small death of your identity. Bourdain didn't know if the call would change his life. He only knew that staying safe would quietly erase it. And as soon as Bourdain did this, well, the rest is history.
Who's this guy?
Expanding on his article, he went on to write Kitchen Confidential, an unflinching look at the food service industry that became a #1 New York Times bestseller. The book's success propelled him onto television, becoming the host of No Reservations and Parts Unknown, on which he traveled the world sampling different foods and engaging with different cultures. Everything he became traced back to one decision: choosing uncertainty over safety. And Bourdain spread his philosophy to millions, hoping to inspire at least one person to do the same. To embrace the unknown, to try and fail, to be wrong. Bourdain never stopped living like this. He was always chasing new experiences, new cultures, finding new ways to escape comfort. One of his quotes that always stuck with me was, "Go somewhere you've never been." It doesn't always have to be about travel, but maybe something as simple as taking a new route to work one day, or trying a new coffee shop. Anything that brings you out of your comfort zone, because ego is what creates the
I heard that like a saying be like comfort kills. I don't know. I guess let me try to elaborate more on that, bro. Like I guess when you're too comfortable, bro. You don't really try anything. You don't really create new what's it called, bro? Neurons to like say, oh, let's explore. Let's see what's going over there, what's going over here. Cause you know humans are naturally explorers, bro. So I guess when you get too comfortable, you stay in this one spot where you just like you don't wanna try new stuff. Cause it really back in the day, bro. If humans was not explorers, bro, we probably wouldn't be here. I would probably wouldn't be here, bro, because humans discovered fire, discovered these tools, all sort of stuff. Discovered this laptop I'm recording on, bro. So comforts really kills, bro. So I don't know, bro. Take that in place, bro.
Comfort zone. And the comfort zone is where dreams go to die. So instead of risking discomfort now, ego offers you a trade. Stay comfortable today, and we'll deal with the consequences later. And those consequences don't show up immediately. They show up years later. It arrives as a sentence you hear one day and can't unhear. If only I tried. It's regret. Because what if Bourdain had never sent that article? What if he had given up after his first two books flopped? He would end up with the same fate millions of people settle for. An average life. One filled with regret.
Escape.
And the only way to live a life without regret is to escape the comfort zone. But here's where most people mess up. They think escaping the comfort zone means blowing up their life. It's not. It doesn't mean quitting your job to start a business or leaving everything behind and moving across the world. That's not what Bourdain did either. When he sent that essay to the New Yorker, he kept his job. Even when they offered him a contract to write his book, his risk was small. Picked up writing again, even when he was comfortable being a chef, submitting an essay to a place he wasn't sure he belonged. Those aren't dramatic leaps. They're what I call small ego deaths. And this is how you truly create an extraordinary life. Bourdain once said, "I am eager to believe that I am completely wrong about everything." And that one sentence perfectly explains his entire life. Because if you're wrong, you're willing to embarrass yourself. You're willing to try. You're willing to embrace.
Ain't gonna lie, bro. I think you gotta start small, bro. Like when the teacher asks you a question and no one puts up their hand and you decide to put up your hand and you don't even know. You just think you know. And you just say some I don't know if you're right or wrong, but you say some wrong answers and you're just like, no, but nice try. I think that's where you have to start, bro. That's where you have to start ego death, bro. You have to start small and like try to build your way up so you get more confident to take risk. I might be onto something. I might be onto something. Because I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm taking a risk right now because I really want this YouTube stuff to work, but hey, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm risking it right now. Hey, let's play a video.
Discomfort. So try something new. Pick up a new skill. Talk to a stranger. Try a new restaurant. Share your work before it's perfect. Go somewhere unfamiliar without a plan. And this is how you need to live every day in the present, because this moment is all we have. As humans, we tend to focus so much on the future. In a way, it's a paradox, because we fear an average life so much, but only in hindsight, because we fear discomfort in the present more. So it was never about a 9 to 5 or a routine or even comfort. Those were not the enemies. It was always
You
about letting those things control you.
and that's a good video. Cost of weights potential. Alright. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe. Gracias. And Spanish.
Hey, bro, can you make me
Yo, can
something
you
that
can you
sounds like I
pause, bro?
just
What the fuck? Pause, brother. Respect me, okay? Make sure to like, cause I know you niggas be watching my videos and not liking, bro. Like why? Why? Tell me why, my friend. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, bro. What should I react to next, bro? It can be anything, bro. I'm literally talking about anything. Physiological, um, psychology. I don't know what I'm talking about. Psychology, funny, reactions. I'm doing reaction. Never mind. Reactions. Gaming. It doesn't really matter, bro. Just comment. I'm gonna create the Discord soon, so people can just like type what I should react to and join. You know what I'm saying? Be typing in there, be like, ah. But yeah, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe,